Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Dracthyr Evokers in Legion content. Now we did do a video on Dracthyr Evokers in Shadowlands content, and this is the Legion one. Now I wasn't going to make this video, but there was some pretty cool new stuff added for them, so I think it's worth chatting about that. But before we jump into all the Dracthyr Evoker Legion stuff, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming Dragonflight Beta, Wrath Lich King Classic, any sort of World of Warcraft content, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Right, so yes, Legion, World of Warcraft Legion, which is a long time ago now. I believe it came out in like 2016 or something like that, which is now, 6 years as of the recording of this video. And obviously with the Dracthyr Evokers being the first class since Legion, you kind of wonder, how does it work? Like obviously Legion had class order halls and the Mage Tower and artifacts and everything, about classes, and adding a new class to World of Warcraft makes it kind of interesting to go back and do that content. Now Legion content in general for Dracthyr Evokers won't be leveling content because they do start at level 58 and they come out of their starting zone around about level 60, so you won't be able to jump into Chromie time and do the content, but you will be able to go back at max level or level 60 and do Legion content. But how does it work? What's there for them? Have Blizzard added new things for the Dracthyr Evoker? And this is the video we're going to talk about that, because they have actually added some new stuff, but they also haven't added some new stuff as well, so yeah. So let's begin. Dracthyr Evoker, brand new race class in Dragonflight, as mentioned, going to come out of the starting zone around about level 60, and it will be available in the pre-patch, so you can go and do this stuff in the pre-patch. So if you want to go back and do Legion content on a Dracthyr Evoker, the easiest way to do that is obviously going to be on the Heroes Call board. You'll be able to choose the Broken Shore, which will begin the quest line for the intro for Legion. You can go and do that if you really want to, but obviously, as you know, there is a skip for it. And if you choose to skip, you will skip straight to Dalaran, which is where you end up at the end of the intro scenario. Now, the intro scenario for the Dracthyr is exactly the same. There's no special stuff in there. So yeah, it's not really worth doing unless you really enjoy it, which is, it's pretty fun. It's not too bad, is it? So once you get to Dalaran after the intro or after skipping it, you're going to get a brand new automatic quest called Aiding Khadgar. Now, this has been added for the Dracthyr Evoker, and this is a very simple quest for you just to head over to the Violet Citadel and speak to Khadgar. And once you've completed that quest, he'll give you another brand new quest called An Adventurer's Aid. Now, this is essentially just him saying there's some issues around the Broken Isles, kind of standard stuff, you got to go sort it out because you are the hero of this story. And what he'll do is actually point you to a scouting map. And this is a brand new scouting map. This is a brand new scouting map for the Dracthyr Evokers in the Violet Citadel. Now, I don't know if this model is brand new. I've not seen it personally, but I didn't level a ton of characters in Legion, so yeah, if you know where this asset is from, then let me know, or if it's new, that's even cooler. But this is a scouting map, and you get these obviously in the class order halls, and from here you'll be able to choose your zone to do the quests in, to do the storyline in. And that's essentially the intro for the Dracthyr Evokers in Legion. There's no artifact weapon, unfortunately, there's no class hall, but you can call the Violet Citadel the Dracthyr class hall if you want. But they do not have their own artifact weapon, unfortunately, and they do not have a class hall. Those are two things we kind of expected them not to add anyway. It would have been cool to have one, obviously, but the continuity and the kind of timeline of it all kind of messes up a little bit, but it is really nice to see them adding like new content for Dracthyr Evokers if you do want to go back and do that, and now you have the option to kind of start those quest lines in the different zones and complete them if that is something that you want to go back and do. Now, throughout your kind of replay through of Legion content, you're not really going to encounter anything new. There's not going to be any Dracthyr running around or any special quests or anything like that. It is essentially just doing the chapters that are available in the zones of Legion. Now, one thing as well, which is definitely worth mentioning, is the Mage Tower. Now, the Mage Tower is a feature of patch 7.2 of Legion, and it came back with Legion Time Walking in Shadowlands. And the Mage Tower challenge was buffed up, and it's continued to be buffed up throughout Dragonflight. So in Dragonflight, you can go back and do the Mage Tower if you really want to. Now, unfortunately, once again, Blizzard have not added a Mage Tower challenge for the Dracthyr Evokers. However, the NPC does mention that there might be something coming up eventually. Now, obviously, from Blizzard's point of view, they could just kind of give the Dracthyr Evokers one of the other Mage Tower challenges. I don't think they would have to go through and kind of make their own new one or anything like that. But I do see, in the distant future, at some point, we probably will get some sort of Mage Tower challenge for the Dracthyr Evoker for their 2 specs. But as of right now, as of the recording of this video, the Mage Tower is not available to Dracthyr Evokers. The funny thing as well on an Evoker in the Broken Shore is that obviously on other classes, you have like your class reps all around you, and they're kind of walking around, and it's phased to your class, and there's a lot of kind of activity in regards to like what your class is. But with the Evokers, because they don't have representatives or anything like that, the Broken Shore is very, very empty. Now, I don't know if you can do the Broken Shore storyline on an Evoker. It seems a bit weird, but I definitely think it might be possible, but it doesn't look like Blizzard have added anything for them in regards to, you know, Dracthyrs on the Broken Shore or anything like that. It is pretty blank slate. Again, this is beta, so maybe they'll add something in the future, maybe when they do decide to add Evokers to the Mage Tower, but as of right now, there is nothing on the Broken Shore. It's kind of blank, kind of weird, kind of, you know, work in progress as such. It looks kind of interesting, but obviously, you know, you'd prefer them to spend a lot of their resources and time on content that's new, as opposed to going back and doing this kind of stuff. So I'm not that bothered by the fact that, you know, there isn't a ton of Evoker stuff in Legion. I think it is really nice to have that intro, to have that continuity where you can go to, you know, Dalaran and get that intro quest and have the scouting map, because before, in early alpha and early beta, there was nothing. You would have, you know, you'd get to Dalaran and nothing would be there. So it is really nice to see them adding a few little quests that are just very simple, very basic, just kind of get your footing in Legion content if that is something you want to go back and do, if you're a completionist on your brand new Dracthyr Evoker. But one last thing I'll be remiss to mention is soaring. Soaring being the Dracthyr Evoker racial ability to kind of fly around and soar, similar to dragon riding, but not quite the same. So this is available on the Broken Isle, so if you do want to just go back and soar around off the top of High Mountain, or whatever you want to do, that is available in Legion content, because, yeah, essentially with soar, the rule of thumb is that if you can fly there on regular mounts, you can soar there. So, yeah, if you don't want to go back and do Legion questing, you can definitely soar around, and it's definitely a really great zone to do that in. Just a whole load of fun for sure. But yeah, there you go. Dracthyr Evokers in Legion. A little bit disappointing for some people potentially, but nothing that we didn't already know. No artifact weapon, no classal, but there is a scouting map. There is a new little kind of intro quest as such, and no Mage Tower as of yet, but I do think the Mage Tower will come. So yeah, there you go, guys. Legion content for the Dracthyr Evoker is very interesting. Let me know down below what you think of this. Would you like to see them add stuff in the future for this? I'm very curious. Yeah, I think it's an interesting concept, and I do like going back and looking at like retro content on an Evoker, because it is interesting, and I'm sure for Blizzard it's a little bit of a headache as well, but it is what it is. That's how it is when the game is so old. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome, and if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and as I said, I'm not streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming Dragonflight Beta, Wrath Lich King Classic, any sort of World of Warcraft content, we're over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.